Howdy, bendy friendies. It's time to do a little climbing on up with this juicy Jund list. First of all, let me go here. We did it. We're a Mythic man and limited. Oh, thank God that finally happened. What we're going to do now is try to get this constructed to Mythic so that we can get our double oranges. So, let me pop into here and show you that we're going to be doing a Jund Homebrew. I'm going to first explain what's going on with the main chunk of the deck, but the land is also pretty important. So let me just do this together. Let me pull all my non-basics here. I think this is a fair place to start. You'll notice we're running a pretty large amount of basic lands. 2 swamps, 2 mountains, 2 forests. It's because of the synergy of Riveteers Charm and Soul of Windgrace. This was this initial start of the deck. Riveteers Overlook says, when it enters the battlefield, sack it, and then search your library for a basic land card of those types. Put it onto the battlefield tapped and gain a life. Soul of Windgrace, whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you can put a land from your graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. So you basically can recur the Riveteers Overlook to just get a lot of mana over the course of many turns. And so this is why we have enough basics to be able to do that. Now, the rest of the list, the sort of problem that has occurred historically with Jund, so there's too many good cards. So how do you narrow it down? So there's a lot of high-value cards in here. And the ones that I want to really point to are the ones that most critically are good against mono black. Mono black is the... Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to punch this. It's the most popular archetype, just statistically and anecdotally when I play. And I genuinely think the big reason why mono black is so good is Invoke Despair. Target opponent sacks a creature, and if they can't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card, and then repeat this process for an enchantment and a planeswalker. Teachings of the Kirin is an unbelievable counter, because you have to sack a creature. Oh, chapter 1 makes a creature. Sack an enchantment, great. You sacrifice Kirin touched Orochi. And then, if you don't have a planeswalker, they get to draw 1 card. So it eats up their whole turn to not really impact the battlefield very much. Same thing goes for Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And the overall structure of this list, I do think will go through some change, because Meathook Massacre was banned a while back. And as a result, we've wound up with a list that looks kind of like this. Soul of Windgrace, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Teachings of the Kirin, some of the really key, just solid cards to run out. If we look at the remainder of the list, starting at the high end, Cruelty of Gix is an extraordinary value card to be able to make them discard, you draw a thing, then you resurrect a creature. What are we resurrecting? We have 4 Titans of Industry, which are spectacular at picking off all the enchantments, and it's just a very versatile and very Timmy card. We run a single Toxrill the Corrosive, because this is a great single copy to find with Cruelty of Gix that gives enemy creatures -1/-1 on each end step. And then when they die, it makes some slimes. So this is good when you start to get a little late as like a Meathook Massacre alternative. And a lot of the stuff at the low end is removal. Cut downs, Infernal Grasps, Tear Asunder. There's a lot of enchantments, but a lot of the time you just cast this for 4. And of course, Skilly Lily for the sacrifice. The cards that were the hardest to determine were like the last 4. And I've found 2 Sorins and 2 Riveteers Charms feel pretty good. Riveteers Charms used to be 2 Meathook Massacres, and I have found that if we just add a little bit more instant speed removal, we're feeling pretty good. The one issue that I am having, I should say, whoa, wait, did I not? Oh yeah, give me my prize. I went 7-0 to get to Mythic, I'm the best. So we want to do this, ranked, standard ranked. We're going to start with best of 1. There's been a couple lists that have been coming up recently, like the Legends list, the Esper Legends. That has been popping up more. Mono Blue has been popping up more. More things that are just generally speaking quite swarmy have been popping up more and more and more. So that's going to be the biggest area of consideration, is trying to ensure that we have good answers to this sort of Esper nonsense. Alright, so our opponent looks like they're being mono white. Amazing. Going second here really stinks. That's okay. One card that owns us harder than any other is a common card to own us harder than any other. That would be our good friend Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. So Feather JP says, why do you only run a single Boseiju? It feels super versatile to me. You can get them back with Soul of Windgrace. Well, it's actually not that incredible. Go ahead and wait till I get to the second chapter here, so we can potentially even block this. So this is a big make or break moment here. Because we went second, we generally have a tough time against this list. And this is the kind of matchup where I really want to sideboard. I really want to run 2 cut downs. First strike, Ward 1. I don't know what combat tricks are in mono white. So, we generally always discard Titan of Industry, given the option. Discard up to 2 cards. We'll discard this one. And this one, I know Riveteers Overlook can give us life, but we want to be able to play an untapped land most of our upcoming turns. Alright. Wait, what the fuck? I thought I clicked this. I must have just brain farted. Because I was going through the whole logic of you always want to discard Titan of Industry, and the reason is if you draw Cruelty of Gix, you can just immediately play it. Click 2 lands? Yeah. Brain fart. That's alright. Stop right here. When I was putting 2 lands away. Yeah, just totally brain farted. You almost always want to put these Titans of Industry away. You mentioned it, but never actually cleared the Titan. Yep, yeah, just classic struggling to play and speak at the same time. I'm good at alternating. Doing them simultaneously has always been quite a pickle. That's alright. We'll hopefully show that we got some legs with this list. Protection spells don't really do very much versus the exile keyword. So, it's great. We wait until we're at the pre-combat phase to be able to... Great. Okay with the Dawn Sky. So we literally are going to lose because of that just brain fart. And you know what? That's okay. Well, we would have gotten a Titan Industry on turn 4, which is pretty good. So you know what? It's good. It's good that we're getting this out of the way now. Trizium says, Sean, you used to play best of 3, and the reason you're doing best of 1 now, we got done talking about that just a moment ago, that we are starting with best of 1 because with the switch out of Meathook Massacre, I want to get my main deck feeling comfortable before switching to best of 3 because the meta's naturally shifted quite a bit. Sand is an acceptable one. Chaos says, hey Sean, will Day 9 TV Town or anything like that be coming back this year? Yeah, Chaos, we literally did a test for it yesterday. We've been doing tests in the last few weeks. Yeah, Titan of Industry would have been just the game-winning choice there. So that's alright. I mean, I'm very comfortable with Constructed. I don't really feel like there's any risk of us not hitting Mythic in the next 2 sessions. Ouch, out, mechanic. Mono white vehicles, huh? Generally, we're pretty content to trade away stuff. Great. super fine. Now, we do have to do this on main phase. Because if we do not do this on main phase, this flips and is then a 3/3 with first strike. Moonrage Brute. Look at me finding all the good plays. Look at me. It's an interesting one to have. Sorin might just be correct here.
Violence is necessary.
Violence is necessary.
You deal with this annoyance.
You deal with this annoyance. I mean, if one of these enlists, I will literally just... This shouldn't be swinging, but it is. Perfect. That's as wrong a decision as could have been made. Great. Perfect. So, I'm certainly gonna -2 this. Cruelty of Gix for the Brutal Cathar is an interesting play.
You will serve me well.
But I think it's actually really... Again, mono white is the sort of thing that, with sideboarding, we're a lot more comfortable. We would have a lot more single target removal and things like this.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. I mean, it's likely to be one of these, because this has invulnerability. Oh, my least favorite card in the universe. So this is an interesting spot for Uktabi Mage, because we can Cruelty of Gix to get their Brutal Cathar back. Slowly working our way up. Obviously, we have the higher value stuff. So if this swings... Oh, double swing. All right, well, great. Queen and EG. Well, Riveteers Charm is terrific. So I think that we just do the simple.
Don't overthink things.
We're going to get their Brutal Cathar. Now, if they don't play anything this turn... McIntyre, if you want the Meat Hook Massacre discussion, just go to the start of this, because I explain all that. Great, so we accept the damage here, because my opponent casts no spells, which means this will become a first striker, and it'll be in good shape. I'm just gonna sack this. This is
The others
fine.
can deal. I'll be back. Sacrifices must be made.
Sheriff is losing her mind. There's no haste creatures in white. Yeah, McIntyre, I think it's great you asked. It's all good. Hey! Don't meow! Come here. Come here if you want pets. You know where I live. It's right here at the computer. Sarah Paragon. Well, that's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Well, my opponent can't play the second thing. Because here's the funny thing. If you play 2, it becomes daytime again. Which means this flips whenever it enters battlefield, transfer to Brutal Cathar, exile target creature. So what we're going to do is we're going to exile the top 3 cards of the library. Owned.
Happy to help, but I've always hated crowds.
I have to be slightly careful because we're at 2, but not the most. You know, I think it might have been better to to wait and then Brutal Cathar the Guardian of New Benalia, because then we can make Lily sacrifice the Sarah Paragon. At which point we could then bring it back with the Cruelty of Gix. It's okay, I like my stuff. So let's go ahead and do some healing and some pain dealing. May as well boost this. High probability of getting that sacked. Gotta grab Toxrill there to really steal a villain's soul. I think that Toxrill just maximizes the probability that we die. Because Titan of Industry creates 2 targets and heals us, whereas Toxrill creates 1 target and doesn't heal us. So like a single Brutal Cathar could really screw us there. And we went second there, so hey, amazing. Yeah, this list is my favorite list that I have played in so long. Sheriff? Sheriff? Hey, come here. Hello, my darling. Man, I gotta dust this. I gotta sweep. She's tracking her garbage all over the place. Oh yeah, now this is the hand. Going second, I'm so tired of going second. I want to go first. It makes me feel so powerful. Russian ally, good to see ya. So let's go ahead and get a little value out of this. So this is probably the Selesnya Enchantments list. One of the reasons why we really like Teachings of the Kirin is it fills up our graveyard, which is good for both Cruelty of Gix, and it is also very good for getting the Riveteers Charms in the bin. So that way when we get the Soul of Windgrace up, we can bring it back. Interested in the new RimWorld content? Matman W in the title! It is scheduled for tomorrow. The Canadian Bacon says, I know you've been focusing on Limited recently, but have you faced the big mono-white control mid-range decks with this list? I'd be interested to see what the matchup is like. Yeah, it's generally quite favorable for us, because we have a good number of ways. has a good number, like, our list has a good number of ways to just go over the top of them. Trace they will draw. I think I must continue to go for the land instead of trying to destroy this wedding announcement. Kirin Touch Orochi is just excellent here, though. Nice. So they really are using a lot of the green. I mean, it's probably got to be the Jukai Naturalist is the main reason to do it. There's a lot of different builds in this green-white enchantments list, but obviously Titan of Industry is spectacular. Tuesday Twitch, I like Snap. I've been quite fond of Snap. Pick this off before it makes the 1/1. Yeah, the white lists tend to be pretty grindy, and our list tends to be kind of spiky. Oh! Oh my god! Yes! Oh! We're about to annihilate some nerds. We're about to crunch some babies under our feet. That's actually too graphic of an image for me. We're about to defeat someone in a card game. Oh, thank goodness! I feel much less aggressive. Ooh, that's good. Okay, so I think I'm going to discard... I think I will discard both of these. This is fine. Your worst.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like water. Strike fast and strike hard.
Great. Almost always you want to go for this. Destroy an enchantment, make a rhino. Destroy an enchantment, here's a rhino. Did Mythic? I sure did. I sure did. God, I feel like I just now am developing a good, solid understanding. The drafting environment. Holy shit, this is some nasty stuff. Dude, that draft was busted. That was busted as hell. So I think that you are still seeing why this is such a fun list to play. There's just a lot of interesting varieties of cards and decisions. And it's just like... It's a lot of just tight decision-making. Tight is usually don't have a lot of mana to work with in the early terms. Or in the early turns. God, my brain is a little melted. Ugh! I will say I still do not regret going to that Mexican restaurant and eating those margaritas. They were very good. And no, I didn't drink the margarita. I ate it. I chomped away at it using my teeth. Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much only played this list and worked on this list in my own free time. Since this garbage dropped. And it has been fun as hell. Any land is a Jin card here, because Fable the Mirror Breaker into double discard into Cruelty of Gix is, well, no longer an option. We do run 26 lands here, so, you know. A lot of options to draw lands. Nearly half the list is land. But with Fable the Mirror Breaker and Soul of Windgrace as ways to cycle through the lands, it's all good. Oh, so is this 5 color? Because this is... Oh, no, this is a Bant list. Ah! I can't really do anything. Alright, I'm gone. So this is the first game that we've truly lost. Because that first game when I just literally didn't click on the Titan of Industry, I feel pretty confident we would have been in good shape in that game. Maybe not, like, obviously trivially winning, but I'm going to give myself 75% win there. I'm thinking I'll keep this. It's like the same hand as last time, but even better. We're gonna get cosplay. I mean, I have been crunching with this list. I mean, I have played it a lot, and so I have a lot of comfort with piloting decisions, and I don't know if this means that it's therefore acceptable. I mean, I will note that Kirin touched Orochi is an amazing flip for Teachings of the Kirin. Like, just absolutely nuts good. And the Tenacious Underdogs are relatively low value. They're just a solid card. But they're not spectacular in the current meta. So maybe this is the Grixis Vampires list that I have been hearing about, but I don't know very much about. Tickler Fitz says Wagwan, Sean. I don't know what that means. But what up? But howdy, howdy, howdy. Been flame blessed by something, huh? Just get to pick off this one. Use one of our chapters against one of their chapters. Alright, we're going to exile the top 3. I've actually liked how Riveteers Charm feels pretty nice and versatile. Man, it has been tough to get some lands today. It is okay. I'm really unfamiliar with this list and what it's trying to do. Really unfamiliar, so this will also be a little bit of learnings. Could be trying to ramp up to, like, a Hullbreaker Horror. Alright. Damn. If this gets countered, I just concede immediately. Alright, and let's exile a creature card. No. Let's exile a non-creature card. Yes. Let's do... Instants and sorceries are kind of annoying, huh? I love this list. An insanely large amount. No, don't... No! Ow! Oh. Bang, bomb. So it could be a Hullbreaker Horror. By By the way, we had some awkwardness with the lands. We had some awkwardness, honestly, in quite a lot of ways. But you will note that Villain is at 6 health. Not entirely sure why this was the play. Sure. Great. So we're just gonna plus Liliana up a bunch. Yeah, I mean, like this list, it's very easy, for instance, to imagine being near death.
Drop it. You won't be outsmarting me.
It's really easy to imagine yourself near death and, like, not just let the hands play out. Because, I mean, I wound up in this situation, like, a whole bunch of times.
Now you've got my attention. Do not touch me. I'm tired of your secrets.
All right. And if they're a 3-color list like we are, we're both running a lot of land, huh? Oh, hell yeah. This. I'd have preferred not to, but that's all right.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that makes sense for me is the Hullbreaker Horror. Well, by the way, do you see what I mean by, like, having the enchantments really counters those Invoke Despairs? Really counters that. Because they spent a bunch, and...
Consider
Oh,
yourself
hell yeah.
fortunate, our opponents.
And Sorin is a really good one to draw.
Wish to know my secrets?
Especially because if I just plus it, you can -7 for lethal, often. Top 5 and put 1 in? Oh, man, that's not the most powerful charm I've ever seen. We're doing best of 1 all the way up. We're going to do best of 1 for a little bit, Tron Legacy. I'm tired today. I went to an amazing Mexican restaurant. And, had several margaritas.
What's one more grudge?
On consumpting of the margaritas. Alright, now we're going to thin the deck. So we have all the green we need. Let's go ahead and get one of the black sources. Oh, what options I have. Fuji with the margaritas. I had a mole. Show me what you got. This list looks incredibly fun. Venom of Ares, I think that the way that they win is by galvanic iteration to copy Invoke Despair. That is what makes sense to me. And about the only thing that makes sense to me. They might have a single Hullbreaker Horror. Nice. Alright. Bam. So, one of the things that was really tricky with this list was getting the mana base right. And I think Sulfurous Springs, like running some Sulfurous Springs and some Karplusan Forest is good. Running too many has detonated me. because one of the things that's great about these is that you can play on curve. If you put in too many Haunted Ridges, you don't really get to do anything till turn 3, and we really benefit from doing stuff on turn 2. For instance, we have the Riveteers Outlook on turn 1, but note that we did put a forest in here, thanks to the teachings of the Kirin. So, I think when given the option, generally, I want to Fable the Mirror Breaker over Liliana of the Veiling. This is this blue-black zombies list, because now that the March of the Multitudes is gone... Now that March of the Multitudes is gone... not March of the Multitudes. I keep saying that out loud, and I'm like, this doesn't compute. This is the wrong thing to say. Now that the, oh my god, what is it called? Meat Hook Massacre. Oh, Jesus. Now the Meat Hook Massacre is gone. We've been seeing a lot more zombies, a lot more mono white, a lot more... nerds. Ow. Broadly speaking, we want triple green. I'm going to go ahead and attack. They don't have a lot of haste zombies in these colors. Shield red, huh? No blocks. I think this is the right thing to do.
No more distractions. Let's make this. Off you go.
I think this is correct. I mean, we have the Toxrill there. We would prefer something a little different than this. Sholdred is one of the reasons why we also run 2 Infernal Grasps and 2 Tear Asunders and 2 Riveteers Charms. It is just such a good choice to get that shit. I think this is the right choice. Oops, I did this in the wrong order. I know Fable the Mirror Breaker is a very good card, but I prefer to have the Soul of Windgrace. So yeah, these things just shrink and shrink and shrink. So now my opponent needs exactly removal, or their board starts melting. What's this guy do? Exile. Okay. And this is legendary, so we can't just make a billion of them. One Toxrill. Really sent it over the top. Hell yeah. So now I'm actually going to keep the Tear Asunder. Pick off this. Sure. So let's get rid of this.
Don't overthink things.
Let's get another one of these. So we want to exile the creatures here because this can exile creatures. I mean, if you make a copy of Toxrill, does a stat reduction trigger and kill creatures before the legend rule kills in? Well, this... I don't think there's any stacking that occurs. Because I think that creatures you control get -1/-1 for each slime counter on them. I don't know. Ninja Gas's counters go on at the end step. Yeah. But like, imagine we have a we have a 1/1 that has a single -1/-1. We're talking about this line. So let's imagine we have a 2/2, and then it gets one slime counter on it, so it is receiving now one instance of you get -1/-1. So it's now about a 1/1 stat line. So if you have two Toxrills out, ignoring the legend rule, the question is, if you just had two of them out, does that static effect happen twice? So each one would give a -1/-1 due to the single slime counter on there? Or, does this have Death Touch? Where did my guy go? Oh, never mind. No, we're fine.
Sacrifices must be made.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry. Not counting. Nick Deal says, I don't see why it would not stack. Well, the reason it wouldn't stack is that there's a legend rule. And the legend rule states you can only have... Whoops. You can only have one legend out at the same time. So that's what we're asking. I think... Nickel Gold says, don't think the two legends exist on board at the same time. Now, we do know that that's true. We do know that they do exist at the same time on the battlefield. Because you'll recall that Anax, that is the red, and 1... Anax says, Anax's power is equal to your devotion to red. Whenever Anax or another non-token creature dies, create a 1/1 red satyr creature token. If the creature had power 4 or greater, create 2 of those tokens instead. We know that when you play an Anax, and then following this play an additional Anax, when the Anax dies, it is treated as though it has 4 power, because there's 2 Anaxes, each providing 2 devotion. So we do know that each... legend technically exists at the same time when they are sacrificed. But you only get 1 satyr. No, you would get 2 satyrs. Yeah, I remember, because that was the World Championship that I commentated. Monsieur Lewis says, so Toxrill should work the same way. I don't know. Jumbucks, it sounds like it's time to brew some jank to test this live. I'd be really curious. So this starting hand is not actually very good. What we'd really prefer is like Kirin touched Orochi. What we'd really prefer is Fable the Mirror Breaker, this sort of thing. Alright, now it's a good hand. So let's see, we have black-white. Black-white got very popular because there is the flashback card that's black-white that reads...
Enough with the mysteries. I've come for answers. We all have things we can forget.
Goes down. Oh, that's fine.
Delay.
Introduces legend rule is a state-based action. It cannot be responded to. 2 instances of that ability cannot happen unless there's a mirror box or something. That's really interesting. Deathcap says legend rule kicks in on the stack before you can reach the beginning of your end step. We are not talking about the end step trigger. Just so all of you know, everyone is well aware that if you play something on main 2 and play another copy on main 2 and it dies, great, that's it. It's gone. We all know that. What we're asking about is the state-based property. Things with slime counters. get -1/-1. Because there's actually two separate questions. One says, let's assume Toxrill. Oh, that sucks. Let's assume Toxrill is not legendary. See, Invoke Despair. See how powerful of a turn that was for villain? Invoke Despair is just sick in that spot. I mean, it's just really fucking good. So my opponent's probably just going to do that same play again. And so this is exactly why we like Kirin Touch Orochi and Fable the Mirror Breaker. Alright, let's go to 2. What you gonna do? Gotcha. Where were you all those turns ago? So... I actually think this is the best play. Alright, should have checked my mana base. Should have checked my mana base. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. That's a me thing. That's a me problem. This is a me problem. I worked so long and so hard on the mana base, and you can tell, because I didn't even fucking pay attention to my mana base. God, would I have loved to have a Sorin right now. Sorin was the other one I was considering. At least we have the Orochi. That's gonna be good. Uh-oh, Gangbusters for Bangbusters. Alright. So this is nice, because we can destroy this and heal some. And I think the healing is relevant. Hey! Look, I just declare what happens. There you go. Going to 1. Going to 5. So, I think that... Sure. I think it might be the same as Elish Norn. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, bye-bye. So the benefit of the way that we've built this deck now is that we have lots of high-power individual cards. Cards like Infernal Grasp. Oh, yeah, fantastic. So we're actually going to go for a shield counter in a Rhino now. Putting it on this one, because this one's a real pain in the ass to deal with. We're going to pass because we're winning very badly on the board. And they would have to have precisely farewell. So this could be the Wandering Emperor, but there you go. Dude, I'm telling you, I really enjoy this list. Like, the games that we play are just so different. They're just so different. Gamers. We lost internet, but because my ISP is awesome, it was down for 2 minutes? 3? The longest outage I've ever had with this ISP is 15 minutes. And when that occurred, they emailed me 5 minutes after it started without me even needing to reach out saying, hey, there's an issue that'll be taken care of shortly. Best ISP I've ever had, it's called Starry. Love Starry. Starry is goated. I have exclusively good things to say about them. Now, we're back. We're climbing up with our Jund list. We're still in best of 1. I'm just going to tweet. We are back. Told ya. We are back online within 5 minutes. We Return to gobbling up ladder points as we climb to Mythic with a DMU homebrew Jund list. Perfecto. Oh, look. Well, if it isn't a god tier opening hand, I'm going first. Now, we have some options. Do we play Ziatora's Proving Ground first or the Riveteers Overlook first? In this case, I'm going to play the Ziatora's Proving Ground first because it is... Hey, that helps a lot. With ignoring the Deathcap Glade, it would have been a way to allow us to play this on turn 2 and this on turn 3 because we need the double black from these two. Okay, so this appears to be the list that I struggle with the most whenever we're playing some kind of... Perfect. Whenever we're playing in best of one. This is the mono blue tempo list.
And you think I'm tired of your secrets?
So we will probably just win this entire game. We want to leave Infernal Grasp up, always. So we have triple green. Just going to get 1 red for flexibility. This is going straight to the bin.
Drop it.
I might actually discard the Cruelty of Gix. This is an eminently counterable card. So this mono blue list is all about filling the bin with lots and lots and lots of instants and sorceries to power up things like a Tolarian Terror. Again, I really want to leave the Infernal Grasp open. I don't think there's any... Is there any flash creatures in this? This changes my plan a bit.
Don't overthink.
With a single island up, Spell Pierce is a consideration. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to Tenacious Underdog. I can -6 and make them discard all these. Sure, it's fine. One of the ways to beat this list, frankly, is just to plant a Liliana. Very, 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 very hard to deal with. -2 gets around various phase-out type effects. So we're obviously going to -2 like this.
One of your friends has to leave.
So my opponent doesn't really have any flash blue cards. They're trying to land a big old creature like a haughty Jinn and just stack it there forever. So now, with that 6th land, we guaranteed the kill.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
So, I mean, the way that we win this is by controlling the board and drowning them in value.
No cost is too great.
I mean, like, this literally doesn't matter. We just want to keep plussing this.
Highways are not for the weak.
Delver of Secrets is fine. Wait until end of turn to see what happens. Infernal Grasp is great. Often there is a counter spell or a make this hexproof or make it phased out or some such thing like slip out the back. Yeah, this was an incredibly trivially easy to win game because our opponent thirst for discovery, leaving them unable to deal with Liliana on the board. And in the sideboard, the way that I respond to that list is frankly just pulling out Tenacious Underdogs, pulling out Cruelty of Gixes in the high end, and just running every instant speed spell that we can. This is not a good hand. Because we can cast nothing. This is great. Now, if I had the option between Toxrill and Titan of Industry to Ben, I'm going to do it like this. Now, obviously, I'm going to go this turn 1, this turn 2. But which one do I do first? I'm going to do Ziatora's first, because Riveteers pulls a land out of my deck. I want to more likely draw a land. So if I play this second, this increases the probability of getting that to happen. See, now that I've pulled this out, now there's less land in the deck. Could very well be a wedding announcement. It is not. Plausibly just going to get countered. Exile, alright. So, against these kinds of lists, I favor more 2-mana creatures, 2-mana plays, duresses, stuff like that. So these kinds of mono-white control lists are like all about, obviously, control, control, control. I think that their win condition is Wandering Emperor. I don't think they really run any creatures these days. And this is another one of these matchups that we have a really strong sideboard plan against. And you know what? After this, I'm kind of in the mood to begin thinking about looking at some best of threes. Skilly Lily is okay in this matchup. She's alright. If I have a lot of discard, she's doing a little bit better. I think it's very easy to look at this and just be like, we're dead, we're getting owned, everything's going so terribly, etc., etc. But this actually is better than it looks. They have a lot of cutesy kind of like, you know, a lot of cute kind of like, okay, I have a lot of counters and I have some farewells, stuff like this. But these lists do run a good amount of land. And so quickly we start gobbling up even more value per card.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Show them how. See if we get this to resolve the Andro. Oh, I should have done that on their upkeep.
Back to wandering.
I'm the best player here. Although it's likely there's another Wandering Emperor that just pops down right here. Exile is so good. Hey, take it easy, Thorn Twin. Ow, ow. Hell yeah. Gotcha. So we're more than likely dead here, but I generally feel quite good in mulliganing situations. Yeah, Malakim, we hit Mythic. We hits that Mythics. We hit sees the Mythic seas. Okay, goodbye. I'm out. Okay, unless we get something insane on this one. Like an unkillable card. No, didn't work. Alright, well, I guess that's that. Dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. Alright, let's... I'm kind of hungry a little bit for some best of three. I'm hungry for some interesting action. Our deck is certainly solid in best of one. Pretty content with this. Let's look what I put in here. Yeah, double Duress, double Pilfer, and some Squeeze. Some really nice recurring threats. Those seem very annoying. Cut downs, and then I'm doing Tear Asunder and Unleash the Inferno. Ooh. I feel pretty smart. I actually like this sideboard. Alright, let's give it a shot. Yeah, so basically here's my anti-control tools at the top. Duress, Pilfer, Squeeze, Sorin. Right, you can see if the game's going to go on for a long time, I want some disruption, right? Like we pull out Infernal Grasps and Cut Downs, replace them with Duress and Pilfers. Consider some alternative pullouts for Squeeze and things like this. I'm going to pull out a Toxrill. Yeah, nice. And then against aggros, we have cut downs. One thing that I'm aware of is I don't see a lot of cheap removal things. You know, I actually think that I can pull these Riveteers Charms out because I'm running 2 in the main. And what I want to actually put in is another Infernal Grasp, because I think the instant speed 2-cost removal is going to be important against those mono blue lists. All right, let's just start doing stuff. Best of 3. All right. All right, not good enough. I keep and I send back Liliana of the Veil because we do not have double black. All right. Let our climb begin. I'll probably alternate between best of 3 and best of 1 because alternation is the spice of life or some shit. I wish to get to Schwamps. And by the way, I'm pretty comfortable piloting this list. So if ye hath questions, man, gamers, ask away. Dad Cypher says, have you watched Grubby play Dota 2? I have. Grubby is so fucking much better than I was at that amount of experience. Grubby truly is one of the gods of games. He's incredible. He's like absolutely fucking unbelievable. So Teachings of the Kirin is a good one to shove away. Of course, our super pricey 7-costers are far and away the best. I'm gonna make a swing here. I'm gonna go ahead and just cast this. Sure. So, I want to put on the most amount of pressure humanly possible. I want to be really getting in there. Alright, put a stop here. Target opponent sacrifice a creature planeswalker they control with the highest mana value among creatures or planeswalkers they control. Perfecto. Now this can tap this, but they still have to sacrifice children. Great. Oh, that's right. Corpse Appraiser is really good in this, huh? All good. Love me a Soul of Windgrace. Love me this. So my opponent appears to be this vampire list that runs good old shouldered. Generally, we want more forest as time goes on. Green, green, green. And do this. Now we have the 3 mana up to discard. Make this invulnerable. Which I think is more important at this point. Some counter magic. Right? A lot of removal that can hit this. All right.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win. Sacrifices must be made.
So, first of all, I am okay making this trade, because I have this in the bin. More green, so we have more greens that don't hurt us. I'm happy making this trade. I have Liliana out. This is their source of card draw. Curious why we're not attacking with the underdog. How could we have done that? We have 3 mana available. So maybe you're talking about a different play. Damn, they saw through it. Let's see what we get. Amazing. Infernal Grasp says, oh, when the Corpse Appraiser was still on the field. Because they can tap the Corpse Appraiser to make this Reckoner Bangbuster a 4/4. So they'll just block it and eat it for free. A lot of good cards to draw. That's a good one. Bangbuster? Yeah. Gangbusters for Bangbusters. Just keeping the pressure on. Look at us go. Corpse Appraisers are just some good shit, man. So they actually have... They have some... Yeah, I actually think that hand disruption is going to be very high value in this matchup. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Look at how we're neutering this Invoke Despair. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, that's just good stuff. Hard to attack with the threat there. See some good questions coming in. This. Soul Transfer is a threat. I mean, I think we should do this. Larkin says, remember your top recommendation for people who are new to Magic is asking for tips is just to get in and play the game. I've been doing that, but I'm a slow learner and kind of impatient with my learning curve. Any guidance or advice with that frame in mind? I would say it depends a little bit on... Where's the source of the impatience? With respect to what are you feeling that impatience? Is it like you want to build up a really high caliber deck and experience that? Or is it the game is really overwhelming and you're frustrated trying to learn and that sort of thing? So they need to draw exactly removal here. Normally I don't minus, but But I think that this just is so many threats.
My servant.
They need to deal with 3 attackers next turn. Five says Raffle, this deck is sweet. It's really fun. I'm appraising corpses. That's nice. That's a good one. Corpse appraisers are just totally yoked, man. Nice. Target says, the second one, game is quite overwhelming, but when I have a good game or two, it feels amazing, so I know it's worth it to keep trying. Yeah, I mean, just take breaks. You know, take breaks and gravitate towards what's fun and relaxing about the game, as opposed to the things that are, you gravitate towards the fun shit, man. Gravitate towards the fun shit. And just take some breaks. And, like, you know, drafting can be really frustrating, for instance. I'll watch a draft. Or just, like, read an article. So, let's see here. So, what do I think? I think Toxrill can get out. And I think that the cut downs can definitely get out. I think my opponent is generally going to be a little bit more on the obnoxious and aggressive end. Or, excuse me, on the, a little bit more on the spell and control end. Trying to get some value. So I think that if we put in the duresses and the pilfers, we actually hit a lot of stuff. Infernal Grasps, I think that we can get rid of. We do want to have some targeted removal due to the existence of the Shoal Dread. I think Unleash the Infernos are actually pretty good here. Our graveyard stuff is less good. There's an argument to get more squeeze in there, but they have enough targeted... Squeeze might be good. I'm just going to do this. I think Liliana is reasonable because our opponent often has one creature on the board. This is not a good hand. This is a good hand. Cannot cast Lily. Yeah, villain will often have 0 or 1 nerds on the battlefield. So 0 or 1 nerds on the battlefield, Liliana is very good. And they really just need to have good collections of cards. So we want to set ourselves up for a good Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I mean, they probably have to make disappear this. Otherwise, we just make disappear. Alright, so I think the... our assessment has been reasonable thus far. Probably just gonna check out this. Yep, seems great. This is a little bit why I was thinking maybe Unleash the Inferno actually is good enough. I think I actually do want to maybe figure out a way to get Unleash the Inferno in there. Maybe. Not the best. But also not the worst. Ta-da! Unleash the Inferno does seem like a reasonable choice to do. Right. Shit. Never hit the space bar. Never hit the space bar ever. It's a cursed bar. Yeah, I think we actually want to have as much enchantment removal as possible. I think we actually want the Tear Asunders in there. Oh wait, we're dead. Sorry, we just died. Okay. I actually think we want both the Tear Asunders and these in there. I think this is actually right. We actually just peel these Pilfers out. I think this is what we want to do. I think I'm actually going to get this out and put these in. I think we want as much. I think I kind of forgot that Fable the Mirror Breaker and Reckoner Bangbuster can be hit with Unleash the Inferno. Alright, this is the game. That is a hand and a half. Holy shit. Nice. Really nice. Nice. Yeah, because if I pull more creatures out... Yeah, no, I'm really pleased with the Unleash the Inferno thing. It's audio distorting Synthetech. Audio distortion is a Twitch thingy. Land one time. Now, this on one hand appears to stink, right? Because I'm going to lose 2 of these. But I actually think this is a good play. What are you doing? That one. Yeah, because now Cruelty of Gix is not as much about reanimation, and our deck is not as much about reanimation, but rather it's much more about value. It's about disruption. It's about this chapter 1, looking at their hand and discarding things from it. And then we've kind of peeled away. See, this is just hitting them where it hurts. Because my opponent really wants more land and doesn't quite have enough to do everything that they want to do. Kinda have to do this, right? Kinda have to. All right. Nice. And I do need this. Okay. That's a really sweet play. I didn't think about this. So now we're behind. Yeah, I think that maybe I needed to. Yeah, I think this might kill us. Okay. Sure. All right. Helps a great deal. Black, red. Alright, so I think we have made a substantial play error in game 2. I think we're slowly chipping our way back in. We want to kill the uncloned one. You want to shoot for a little damage? Totally fine by me. And this Corpse Appraiser is going to play this. Need the other Corpse Appraiser, but I think this is a preferable situation to be in. One land and I'm fine. Untapped land one time. Just one time, right? One time. There it is. Fable away. No problem. We don't want to play lands when we have Soul of Windgrace because we can do things with lands. I think I want a third Unleash the Inferno on the side. I'm going to peel out Sorin. So we can discard and redraw.
Right, you deal with this annoyance.
So now that we have this Riveteers here, I want to do this kind of thing. See, counted my green sources. We need another green source. Okay. All right. Oh, you love to see it. Yeah, I think I want to third Unleash the Inferno. I think it's just too good against a lot of these enchantment type things to not do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw and discard. And our overall plan is to swing first. Plans have changed. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to swing first. This will heal us. I want the Riveteers Overlook again. This heals us to 7. So now what we do is we hit plus, because if we have a 7 mana Titan of Industry, we want to be able to eat the 7 damage and blow stuff up and heal again. So now we're just going to do this. This list is fun, baby. Oh, dude, we're having some good fun, aren't we? All right, villain rules, man. Woo! All right, yeah, get it. This. Hippity hoppity, good sporting it. Bang, bang. So I actually think I know the exact substitution that I wish to do in this list. I really think that this Unleash... I put in another Sorin in this list on the sideboard because Sorin was like one of the last cards I added and has just felt really good. But I think if we're up against like a true, like very controlly list, great, we have the squeeze. As in the squee, plural. We have 2 cards called squee. We have the squeeze. Dude, Ed, can I just say, I love having you here. You're the best cheerleader. You're sitting there going through thumbnail after thumbnail after edit of people going, oh, and people going, oh, putting them on YouTube videos, uploading that shit. And what keeps your sanity? Jund. Jund keeps it for you. Hoppity says, GG's. Oh my god, Hoppity, it's good to see you, man. Oh, that was a tough series. That was a tough series. Jeezy Louise. Vitus Wampus. So we have double black. We are going to go for a green source because we want to be getting for triple green a little soon. Charles says, love this deck, man. Carried me to Mythic for the first time. It's really fun. Dave Denko7, is it just me or only 14 cards on the sideboard at the end? That could be the case. That could be the case. Hoppity says, I gotta get on the Jund wagon. Dude, Hoppity, it took me so long to get this list singing. But now that it is, I don't think I'm ever gonna play another list until a new set comes out, man. This is the most fun. Okay, so my opponent missed this chapter 2. So this is the red-green aggro list. It tries to leverage a lot of the really strong haste creatures in red with just some of the big fucking creatures in green. Probably don't need Teachings of the Kirin. Probably don't need another Deathcap Glade. Let's try to draw into some bigger stuff. That is an ideal outcome. Let's go ahead and swing first. Play the Skilly Lily.
Those who get
Detonation.
in my way tend to- Off you go.
I was just, dude, Hoppity, I gotta say, your list was sweet. Dude, the Grixis vampires. Man, Corpse Appraiser I actually think kind of came out of nowhere for me. Is it just Corpse Appraiser and Fable the Mirrorbreaker that you're running? Let's go ahead and put a stop here so I can pick this thing off before it gets a counter and deals damage. Yeah, that list looks really fun. It's nice and slight. With the mana flexibility, and I'll go ahead and say goodbye to Boseiju. If my opponent plays a large creature, I'll probably try to Lily it. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, it actually might be better with this run out to just instantly Infernal Grasp it and keep plussing Liliana. 4 Corpse Appraisers, 4 Harvesters, 4 Fables. Nice. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice haster. Oh my god, no.
You couldn't be more annoying. Drop it.
This is just kind of where we need something good here. Most cards are good for us. Most non-lands are good for us, at least. So I assume there's a Halana and Elena in the hand. Alright, potato, potato.
Whatever. Luck favors the foolish, after all.
I hang out a bit. We suspected something like this could be happening. Alright. A lot of good stuff. Oh, Tuesday, I love this question. Oh, fuck yeah. So now I can actually Reflection of Kiki Jiki on Soul of Windgrace, keeping the original Soul of Windgrace. You gotta just boost this one, huh? Tuesday Twitches, I'm curious about how your public life impacts you. Personally, I value my anonymity, but I understand some... What the fuck, game? Oh, that's right, this is only non-legendary. Alright, never mind. I've messed this play up 1,000 times. Make this, gain this. I'll just do it on the flip side. Yeah. So personally, I value my anonymity, but I understand it's impossible with your in-person experience casting and such. Do you sometimes wish that you had more anonymity? I think the way that I would describe it, I think I would say that broadly speaking, it's kind of like, I mean, price of admission is a little bit of an extreme thing to say, but I'm more or less content and comfortable with how it winds up playing out for me. I am pretty content and comfortable with how it winds up playing out. Because, you know, in particular, I'm really good at establishing boundaries between things. Like, there's a lot of things that I just don't talk about. That gives me the sense of privacy and anonymity that I want. And also, Tuesday, if we're being honest, I'm not that fucking famous. Most of the time, I go out, no one fucking wants to talk to me. I'm just some, tall, chunky boy with his headphones in. There's plenty of those in Los Angeles, especially. Let's briefly sideboard here. I think that we want the grasps and the cut downs, certainly. Teachings of the Kirin are a little bit less value, I think. I think that these are the ones I want to pull out. Toxrill the Corrosive is a little bit eh. Even the Sorins are just not very good. I think that... I think I'm just going to go Removal City. Yeah, I think there's also an argument to be made that I should not run this and actually should run the Toxrill. I'm going to try this. Because again, like, if I'm putting in a lot of cheap removal, I want to make sure that I have... Like, okay, imagine you have, like, a curve, right? Let's imagine it's flat. If you put in a lot of cheap removal, you kind of want to counter that with having, like, a very pricey, nice high-end payoff. You're going like removal, and then your most potent creature is 4 mana, and that's it, right? It's... Okay, so we'll get zapped. Ow. We need green for turn 3. So yeah, I mean, and I think that, like, I have been doing this for so long that I have had the time to be able to, like, frankly work through a lot of the bullshit of it. To a point where I'm... This is just a creature. Ow.
Hope you like your hors d'oeuvres extra crispy.
Phoenix
Give
check.
a
Ooh.
toast. I'd love to.
This guy's a bit rough. Mistake. Not having a cut down's a little tough. That's good. That's very good.
Who needs a plan? Just improvise.
It's red. You may cast it this turn. Love to see it. Yeah, I've been doing this for a really long time, and so, like, if we think of... This is kind of why I went through this play. I really want to have an unpained green. Hey, look, it's our example. I do need to be running these Tear Asunders. I just keep forgetting that this is a frickin'... This is a frickin'... Okay. I think I'm just getting rid of this one, actually.
Aw,
It's not ideal, but...
party's over.
Situation's just very tricky without the... I mean... Does let us live an other day. No. I think I really do need these Unleash the Infernos in here. I think that was an error. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Tenacious Underdogs out. Yeah, this is how to do it. This is how it's done. But yeah, I think of each person is composed of like 15 sub-persons. This is the game. That's really good. I think I want a Ziatora. I really don't want to get hurt by this. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that there's all these different sub-persons, and I've gotten a good understanding of what elements of me, the person, I am comfortable sharing and what I'm not sharing. And also, frankly, through a lot of years of self-reflection, and honestly a lot of years of therapy, this game is going to be incredibly difficult to lose. I mean, through a lot of therapy and a lot of reflection and so on and so on and so on. I mean, frankly, you just develop I've developed a better sense of like what makes me feel grounded and comfortable with me. Like, how do I feel good? What makes me feel that sense of grounding? I discard this, and then we bink an untapped land. Play it. Go, go, go. Turn 4. Titan of Industry. Always feels good. Gain the life. Make this. That's hard. Why I block the 1/1? Because I'm a coward, table man. / I wasn't paying attention. Yep, that's gonna be a really tough one to beat. I don't know anything in green-red that really shuts that down. A lot of birds. Ah. Bang. Bang. Yeah, I think I need to value Unleash the Inferno more highly than I currently am. Hey, sweetheart. How you doing? You know, like, for instance, I was actually just having a conversation with someone the other day that described that sometimes just talking to different people sounds like intense... Sounds terrible. It feels like intense context switching. That, you know, talking to different people can feel like, okay, in front of this person, they like when I'm really talkative and bubbly, and this person likes when I'm really gentle, and this person likes to talk about, you know, goofy topics, and this person likes to talk about work stuff. So if they didn't play, no, I want to do this because we see white in here, and we think that there's a reasonable probability that our opponent has a wedding announcement. This card is generally not very good.
No more distractions.
if my opponent is putting out a lot of wedding announcements, I probably will sideboard this card out. But yeah, like, you know, there's that feeling of, like, switching that can constantly be so unbelievably exhausting.
One of your friends has to leave.
But this is sometimes where being alone can feel really, really comforting, really, really relaxing. And I just thought that was like a brilliant descriptor. And also, I think, can describe quite adequately this is just unfair. This is just the most unfair shit ever.
It's no fun when sacrifices must be made.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Let's get some of this stuff out. I'm gonna bend this.
Drop it.
I think I know which list this is. Anyways. Yeah, there's that sense of self that you feel when you're alone. And I think that just kind of by virtue of being forced into it, almost, I've gotten a much better comfort around that kind of thing. Much better comfort with feeling like, yeah, no, I am me right now.
Under my watch, neither
And therefore, when it comes to, you know,
blood for knowledge.
Don't overthink things.
when it comes to the whole public persona thing, because I feel so comfortable just being me in pretty much all situations now, I find that I am less stressed as a result.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
You won't be outsmarting.
That's a long burble. But yeah. This went really great. And I really think that the key is diligently picking off those stupid frickin' wedding announcements. So what was my plan in this matchup? I think Toxrill is good, and I think that the Titan of Industry is good, but I think that this is a matchup in which Lilianas are not good, because the -2, target player sacrifices a creature, rarely nails it. I think that these and these are good. I also think that oops, not the cut downs. I think that Duress and not Infernal Grasp, Pilfer are good. So I need to now cut out some cards. I think Teachings of the Kirin is probably the one that I want to pick off. I think that's the one that I want to remove, I think. Let me just digest for a moment. I think I do want the Tenacious Underdogs. I think the cut down is the right thing to remove. This is really nice for picking off that, like, Rafine. But it's so restrictive. Great. Synthetics, was there ever a temptation to sell out and do content that is more typical in order to make more money? No. 4 varying definitions of sellout. Because, for instance, I do sponsored streams. I do sponsored stuff. I'm going to be doing Mountain Blade Bannerlord coming up soon. And I'm fucking excited. Do you like removal? Because I fucking love removal. And it's like, you know, are they paying me money to stream that? Yeah. You know, is there some sort of secret plot incoming, you know, to... Oh my god. I can't believe that... I just think I make them sacrifice... I think this is the most efficient way to target one to sacrifice a creature, planeswalker they control, highest mana value. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I mean... But also 95% of offers we just pass. Just because it's not interesting to us. And I think that, like, the thing that I crave more than anything in life, Synthetech, is being able to do and to be allowed to do whatever the hell I want. That's really what I want. That's what I want. I want to be able to do whatever I want. Oh, that's quite painful. So now, I think the correct play is for me to exile the top 3 cards. To try to get an untapped land, which might not happen. We're going to pick off the really scary stuff. Like, there's the Sholdred. Great. Spell, Pierce, Essence, Scatter. Alright. So, you know. And honestly, Synthetech, I mean, as much as I like myself and think I'm pretty cool, like, dude, no one's really offered me that much money. I mean, if we're being entirely honest, no one's really offered me that much shit, you know. Yeah, no one's really just offered me that much money. That's another component to it. Like, for instance, if someone said, Sean, I'll give you $20 million, but you can never stream again. I might take that. 20 million is pretty good. 20 million is pretty good. You know, it's not bad. I wonder what this is about. Alright, preventing me from getting shouldered. I don't have enough green sources. Damn. Maybe I do want to keep in... I think I actually want to cut the Tenacious Underdogs, but actually instead leave in the... Orochis. I should have enough of these. Bang. Can't spell pierce this. So that is death, huh? Because this can upgrade itself twice to become a 3/3. Okay, I take it back. I think I don't actually want that many Unleash the Infernos, I think. Alternatively, we remove these and put in all of these. Something like this. So, my opponent is actually running more cheap, strong creatures than I actually had expected. Yeah, I think this is how I want to do this. I think this is a little bit overly ambitious. I think that really hitting the cheap end is the important stuff. Do like this. We don't have removal in hand for our blocker. It varies. They had a 3/3 blitzing from the graveyard and a 3/3 on the board. Well, it was a 1/1 that can upgrade to a 3/3. That's bad. Alright, this is the hand. This is like the nut draw. As long as our opponent doesn't have interaction. This is how you get turn 4 Titans. Which I think is good enough if we're going first. Best of 3s are intense, man. Udels and Udel. Oh, yeah. I think it was a big mistake to pull this one out. I think pulling out Teachings of the Kirin is good versus just aggro. I think that that's fair. I think versus like just aggro lists. But again, I think that it is such a strong anti-Invoke Despair card. Yeah, because I think that, like, dude, these enchantments, putting this pressure on at the start of the game is, like, so good. Obscura Storefront. Like, this is so much pressure already. Oh, Rafine. I think I'm going to go for maximum value. My opponent cannot both attack and deal with this discard stuff. Wow, that was an incredibly good play by me. Wow, that was way better than it had any right to be. Dude, watch this. Sacrifice a creature, sacrifice an enchantment, and then they draw, and then we kill them. I mean, this is incredibly good. Honestly, I kind of just think Duress. Alright, let's see what's in here. I probably should have made a little buddy. So now my opponent is going to feel obligated to put the hearse out to get the Titan of Industry. Still have the Obscura Interceptor, which is perfectly acceptable. Actually, this is exile from two cards from a single graveyard. Alright, great. Superb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, yeah, no, we needed to make this guy good. You may as well. Another Gix level 3 makes haste with Titan and Kiki Jiki. While true, I am trying to deal with the fact that my opponent had 3 Invoke Despairs in hand. And I mean, if we get that done, we're fine. This is what I should have done last turn, because then I could have been hasting out this guy. But instead, we'll just do like this. This is relatively difficult for them to win. I'm seeing and expecting a win in the future. I'm not touching Kirin Touch Orochi in this list anymore. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I'm not. Farewell incoming. That would be pretty funny, to be honest. Look, if they're running a farewell, yeah. The oft-forgotten Titan of Industry has reach. Boom. Look at us. Look at us. Hi. All right, now I need to get some water. This will take me less than 1 minute. Oh God, no! What are you doing? I don't know what's going on. We're gonna leave this up, and I'm gonna get some more water. Okay. Stop. Alright. In the name of love. Playing best of 3. Yes, Desperado. Dude, if I finish early, if I like get to Mythic today, you know what we're doing on Friday? Marvel Snap, 100%. It's not even close. You know, Cinetech, I actually have not... I really appreciated that question. The question about, Sean, have you ever felt pressured to sell out? Because it's an interesting one, because, like, I don't know, I just haven't thought about it in so long. Alright, this is an example of where it's way good to do this. This is a much higher value card. than a Tenacious Underdog. Way higher value, because I can start peeling crap out of graveyards, swell on the board. Actually, not going to play Liliana yet. I'm not going to play this yet. My opponent's stuck on 2. If I play a Tenacious Underdog and they counter it, great. I have something that I can cast from the graveyard next turn. Great. I have something I can cast from the graveyard next turn. Tarsa, do you get sponsor offers you're not comfortable accepting? I mean, dude, like literally most of what any broadcaster receives is sponsorship offers they're not comfortable accepting. When I say not comfortable accepting, you know, it's not like I'm going, oh, gee golly, I don't know, oh fuck, oh god. I'm just like, no thank you. So for instance, you know, there were a lot of NFT card games that came up.
Off you go.
And as of today, I am not interested in NFT card games. Question says 45% must be Raid Shadow Legends. A substantial percentage of offers I get are for precisely Raid Shadow Legends, yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to go ahead and take a peek in. What do we have over here? We have Jaya, we have some Corpse Appraisers. We're definitely going to get the Jaya out of here. We're definitely going to plus get this out of here.
Drop it.
Now, for any of you who have not seen this, one of the most brutal things that you can do is Gix into Gix. So I will just go ahead and get this out of here. No problem.
Things were supposed to go. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Great. I mean, they're going to be able to. So, I mean, I think that's just very clearly. So which one do we sack? I think I'm just going to sack this original Cruelty of Gix. Then I will just get a Cruelty of Gix. Yeah, I'll take 9 damage to get a chain of Gixes. Yeah, I mean, this was a revolting sequence of events for us. But yeah, like, so for instance, if someone's like, hey, Sean, do you want to promote this NFT card game? And I'm just not that interested in NFTs, so I say, sure. Or I say, no, thank you. And they go, okay. And then that's it, right? There was no risk, no harm, no foul, no chest puffery. Pilfers and duresses, I think we're good. The cutdowns, I think we're bad. How did I sideboard against this last time? I mean, probably I'm not going to need as many Infernal Grasps, maybe. Maybe I do want a Toxrill. Oh, DJ Knight, 17 months is... But can I puff my chest, though? My breasts. Have I been getting a little chunky? It's true. Oh, I know how I did this. I said, let me pull out all the creatures in my graveyard to get in the way of their plans to do a lot of corpse appraising. And I think I put in these. I'll put in an Unleash the... No! I wanted more Unleash the Infernos because there's no way they're not running Fable the Mirrorbreaker. Ah! Do you think this is Dan about to be one of those mic-licking streams? Look, let me say, from the very bottom of my heart, I think anyone that can make a living doing ASMR streams is fucking amazing. 95% of what makes this show, this stream interesting is Magic the Gathering, right? Maybe 80% Magic and 20% Day9's charming personality. I mean, maybe we can be that generous with our numbered divisions. But I mean, frankly, if you're an ASM artist, what's an ASMR stream? It's one of those people that has their microphone up real close and they're just like, "Hey guys, it's good to see you here today." You know, this sort of shit. I'll dunk a Fable. Great. You know what that thing's? Like, that is so exhausting to fucking do. I have no interest in pilfering right now because my opponent is clearly stuck on mana. So, if you're stuck on mana, you can typically do 1 or 2 things per turn. Tops. So if I start playing lots of Fable the Mirrorbreakers followed by Cruelty of Gixes, that's the way to take advantage of the fact that they're a little weaker in their mana base. Yeah, I mean, if you make a living doing ASMR shit, I mean, you're incredible. Like, how do you do it? Like, how is that possible? That is so hard. That is almost like someone who goes live and simply is entertaining for hours at a time. It's incredible. Like, by themselves. It's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That's some fucked up shit. Hey, Spaceman SR says, dude, I was going through the archives and watching your old MLG cast this morning. Hey, how have I changed? What's different? What do you mean you don't know? You ever do ASMR StarCraft commentary? It looks like Jadon's going for a fast hive again. Wow. I always go for 3 hatch because I'm not that fucking good at micro. Like that sort of thing? I did that and my fucking cat looked at me. She's like, yeah. Yeah. Spaceman says, was Adam working with you at those events? I love Adam. There's not one, but several Adams that work there. Are you talking about Adam Contini or Adam Apicella? Alright, we are probably fucked. Literally, land and we're okay. No land and we're fucked. Apicella? Oh yeah. Adam Apicella was at every single one of those events, working more hours than seems humanly possible. And then, like, working out afterwards. Like, ugh. Alright, well, I feel a concession incoming. And there it is. So this is an Orzhov Angels list that really is looking to get good curve outs and good removal spells cast early. So we want to have our Infernal Grasps. For sure. Toxrill is not very good in these matchups. Frankly, the Tenacious Underdogs are not very good in this matchup. And I'll probably want one more removal card. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get an Unleash the Inferno. Sometimes people go a little nutsy. You guys want to see the new Day 9 game design Rambit and ASMR? I'm not very good. I'm not very good at not pushing out a lot of energy. Deadman says, could you elaborate on why Toxrill is not good here? Yeah, sure. So, Toxrill is good for two reasons. One, having 5 candidates to go into the bin over 4, you just really feel it. That's one reason. But the other one, obviously, is that in stalled board states, it's an incredible way to break the symmetry. Now, why am I not saying, well, hey, if they have a whole bunch of creatures, it's good? Because our list runs tons of single target removal, single target removal. It just runs a lot of these types of cards. And if we have a lot of single target removal, often we'll be picking off a creature, picking off a creature, picking off a creature. And this Angel's list wants to play one creature with all their mana every turn, which is great if I have one removal that spends all my mana every turn. And because of that, it's just rare that I will be not fucking losing if that's what's happening. So, like, for instance, right here, I really want to kill Ziatora Font of Hope. Like, really, really. And I think the best way for me to play out these turns is going to be to do this. We already have double black, so we're going to go ahead and get greens. Now we have triple green. Just going to swing here. If I Fable of the Mirror Breaker, I think that's not as good as waiting and playing Riveteers Charm. Called it. Yeah, so hopefully I gave a good enough answer, but I keep losing track of what I'm talking about because I'm groggy today. Angel of Wrath, sure, comes down. And then is... be efficient with my mana. Get the Riveteers Overlook to continue to give myself more landy opportunities. Titan of Industry would be nice to play, but not a necessity. Ow. Here comes another big boy. Spends me only to cast angels. So this is a great angel. And to exile it goes. The risk that these lists run into is that because they're trying to just, like, curve out neatly, sometimes they don't have quite good enough methods of, maintaining board presence and removing creatures. Like, this is what's nice about cards like Archangel of Wrath. It allows you to pick off creatures and have a body. And gain life. Excellent. Sure. I think I'm just going to decline this. So let's destroy an enchantment, make a rhino. Amazing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Radiating Sharks is just starting back into Magic after 2 years, but all my decks are 2 years out of Standard. Any tips to get started? If you're asking for, you know, hey, what do I think about right now, like today, how should I do stuff? I would strongly recommend just like working your way calmly through some drafts, through some sealed, and kind of set your eye on when the new set releases. Mess around, futz about, and just imagine that you are playing to gather up currency for the next rotation, and just have some fun. Don't open packs yet. Don't spend wild cards. Things like that are completely fine advice. Alright. When does this new set come out? In like 3 weeks, is that true? MTG set release date. Oh my god, there's too many fun things coming up. It's not good against us. Screw it. I'll look up the exact date later. November 18th. Mamma mia. Which means that we'll probably have to do set reviews on the 8th of... My god. Yeah, I think November 11th for Arena sounds right as well. Hit me! Peachy Goif. I mean, this is looking reasonably like a win. Reasonably. What now? Hopefully Peachy Goif does nothing. Nothing. Alright, Sarah Panera. The worst. The losing option. If I get targeted removal, we instantly win. We got targeted removal, we instantly win. Oh, life's been gained! We got some life! We got some life gain! I always forget that bit of text on Sarah Paragon. Sarah Paragon. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Off the top. Ow. That might just be death for us. I see nothing but lands in our future. See nothing about it. We're dead. Bang, bang. No. No, no, no. Oh, yeah. Sorin, you ain't doing nothing for us. Oh, God! I might have, in retrospect, cut the Sorin. Had I seen more of their list and put more enchantment removal. But, you know, that's alright. Frankly, we've been winning so much, I deserve to die. You know what I mean? Deadman says, do you think it would have been a good idea to kill the Yata early rather than let it accumulate value on the board? First of all, you'd have to point to a specific turn where I had that option as a alternative consideration. Because we were spending our mana pretty regularly. Very difficult to even discuss that in a vacuum. We'll need black to cast Liliana. I don't like seeing those colors. Oh, thank you, the stars. Alright, took 1 damage when I didn't need to. It's okay, it's how we do it at Day Night TV. Really? Bounce? Really? 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 Sure. Great spell. Great. Great spell. Fantastic. Love to see it. iRock 1051 says, traveling in a few hours to Vegas for Magic 30. Any tips for a first-time traveler to America? Honestly, I would recommend that you do some investigating as to how to be safe, places to not go, times to not go to certain places. I mean, I live in LA, and there's like, you know, in my area, a lot of great places to go walk around. A lot of just fantastic, fantastic places. Go wander about. I'm going to go ahead and play Liliana here. Hard to counter with a Make Disappear. Obviously doesn't hit Disdainful Stroke. I think safety is probably the biggest thing that I would want to be like, are you aware of how to be safe here? Do we have plans for safeness?
With the mysteries. I've come for answers.
I'm here for answers.
We all have things we'd rather.
There it is. There's the Make Disappear that I just told you about. There it is.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide like water. Guards, to me!
Looks an awful lot like Esper Control. Meow. Meow.
Keep watch for it.
Oh, is that so? Is that really what we want to do now? Alright, well, yeah. Alright.
Picked a fight with the wrong necromancer. You won't be outsmarting me.
Alright. So an awful lot of Make Disappears in the top, and that's not a big deal. And Disruption is going to be superb in this situation. Absolutely superb.
I have got new moves to teach you.
I've got new moves to teach you. Ooh. Alright, hit me. Ow and ow.
I'll be back with friends.
Show me what you got. It's like a Destroy Evil. I'm like, oh. Oh, shit. Oh, that sucks so much. Yeah, I think this is where we pull out a lot of the Infernal Grasps. We pull out Tear Asunders, Cut Downs. Should put in some disruption. Squee seems like it would be very good here.
Remember your training.
Remember your training. So I have the sensory perception that I am more than likely dead. I'm gonna play this one out. Let's go ahead and let's get a forest. Generally, I just want the mountains there as an option to be able to get the mountains.
We've
Eat
got
this
the
one.
edge in this fight.
Ah, one of these fuckers. Okay. So we have some low-end counter magic. Some Esper Killers, the Wandering Emperor, these kinds of things. That's good.
This is to go how you think.
Alright. I think we have a good sideboarding plan here. I think we do. So I don't think that these Infernal Grasps are very good, the Tear Asunders, or the Cut Downs. That's what I think. Generally, I think Liliana is risky to do if they are running a lot of small creature makers. But I think if they are only running those, I think that that's okay. I think that what we obviously want is the Duresses and the Pilfers. Those have a lot of really good targets. I might even want 3 Duresses here. Squeeze are good. You know, I've actually not found Squeeze to be very good in my sideboards. Because, I'm here and I'm like, I actually think this is better. I think that Toxrill is actually quite good. I might cut these later. T-Bron says, in a previous iteration, you're running Meat Hook Massacre. What's the reason for cutting it? It's banned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, I do have 15 card sideboard. It is a banned card. Good. This is good enough. I like Teachings of the Kirin. Alright. I think it's the strongest reasoning I have to date. Yeah. See, I'm feeling a little crowded out in terms of, like... I feel like Enchantment Destruction is stupidly good, because the best card draw cards right now are Reckoner Bangbusters. Just period. They're just the absolute greatest. What's going on, game? This match makes me really want to rethink my sideboarding plan. just don't like virtually any of our plays here. Now, what they could do is -2 and then crew this to pick one off.
My people must contend with me. May your blade strike true.
Really? All right. This might be bad. I actually don't think I like our sideboarding plan against this list. It's weird, it really feels like having enchantment removal is better than having disruption. Just straight up. This is crew 3? I thought this was crew 2. This is crew 3? Look at that. I'm actually going to concede and go to the sideboard. I need to do some adjustments here. I need to do some adjustments. Oh no, to lose a best of 3. I think that, obviously, I'm going to pull out these two. And replace them with their corresponding discard cards. Maybe I still actually do need to cut Liliana in that matchup. Because they are making a pretty large amounts of like 1/1s and tokens, and we don't get good value. I think that's right. I think that if I pull out this, this, and this, that's 7 slots. But again, Duress and Pilfer, like all these. What is Cut Down doing here? I guess that's a fine ordering. These get replaced, and then with the other 3 slots, I think I put in the 3 Unleash the Infernos. Maybe 2 Tear Asunders and an Unleash the Inferno. Cut Toxrill, put in another Tear Asunder. Yeah, I think that's right. I think I should focus more on the enchantment side. Yeah, Renegade, you got a card in mind? Jumbuga says, is a Braden standard right now? Could serve as both an artifact and creature enchantment side. Oh, we have Tear Asunder in green-black, which is just strictly better. Kind of funny. I generally feel pretty good in game number 1. Obviously, if we like whiff on the land, it's painful. How do underdogs fare against hard control decks? They're okay. Alright, Bant colors. Could be the 5 color stuff. Tenacious Underdogs, I've actually found to just not be great. They've been okay. They've been okay. To the grave. Nagvela. I wonder what this list is all about. Awaken, where's the damn thing? I'm looking cute today. Oh! Oh, Titan of Industry is my favorite card. Oh, me too. I love this damn Titan. You know, now that I think of it, I think Teachings of the Kirin can come out against Esper unless I see Invoke Despair. I think that's where I free up some space. So I can leave in the Lilianas. Because if there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 5 are taken. Yeah, so then that's 2. Yeah. No, I actually think that's the play. JP Osorno. I think that's the play. I think that's right. As much as I love turn 2 Teachings of Kirin, if I see someone with a good amount of artifact stuff, good amount of enchantment stuff, alright. Just gonna chill. What's malicious malfunction? MTG. I never even heard of this card. Neon Dynasty. Creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. If a creature would die this turn, exile it instead. That hits a huge amount of our creatures. That hits our board really hard. And it's pretty narrow. Fuck yeah, dude. Aha! So, Path of Peril. Let's look up Path of Peril, MTG. Like, -2/-2 is pretty, Destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less. Again, Man, land would be so sick here. I'd love some land. Unbelievable. Getting land here would be incredible. You squeeze. I think the squeeze should be cut for something.
Finally, I'm home. I am almost sad.
Yeah, Bang Busters might be an acceptable option here. They're probably going to double exchange here. Single exchange, also true. La Grella. Okay, bye-bye.
Remember your training.
That's really nice. You think Bang Buster's pretty good?
Strike fast and strike hard.
So we go to 1. So we should block one of these. Yeah, that seems good. Wow. Oh, I don't actually have one in there, huh? Rats. We are fucking so close. But no cigar. Close, but no cigar. So, view the battlefield. I mean, Lagrellas, Fenix are technically targets. Man, I'm increasingly just think I should always be running a stack of these fuckers. Cards are going to be bad here. Squeeze are bad, man. I think I'd prefer another cut down here. Because the thing about Jund that I think is like really critically different from other control lists is that we are often just like playing one thing a turn. Killing one thing a turn. So you're going like 1 for 1, starting to slowly build up more and more and more value. So often you don't really end up in a spot where you can use a sweeper particularly effectively. I mean, I guess you could have a counter spell. I would generally not run that. Well, I suppose Make Disappear is the one that I would consider running. Alright.
Violence is necessary to set things right.
Wow, man. My opponent has me down to 15.
A fair trade.
An anointed Peacekeeper. It's going to be a pretty straightforward just kill with whichever one. My opponent should declare this, so we have to use this. Nice. Ah, fantastic draw.
My ways are not for the weak.
I mean, honestly, maybe these cut downs don't actually have that many targets. I mean, they're in a literal sense, there's Lagrella. Consider me destroyed.
Can I help you? Dire times call for dire tactics.
Alright, let's sack a creature. Alright, so this is gonna be fine. We might have a little too much removal in here. There's never too much removal. I actually think we're doing good.
Don't worry. I face scarier villains. And some think time only flows in one direction.
Why not?
My ways are not for the weak. More cunning than I thought.
You may as well. T-Bron says, why did you wait till their upkeep to play the charm? Well, first of all, from my perspective, same thing, right? Like, I'm spending 3 mana before it's my next turn. Great. If we do it on our turn, they could have spent 2 mana and countered our thing, and then had all 4 mana available. Whereas if I wait till here, they haven't gotten to draw an extra card yet, And if I cast it and they counter, they have 2 less mana on their turn. And there it is. Let me do this.
Dire times call for dire tactics. Yeah. Removal. Disgusting amounts of removal tribal. I think. Well, I mean, I'm keeping this garbage. Alright, there we go. My opponent's probably going to spend turn 2 leaving up counterspell mana anyways. That's kind of my logic. And now that I play out a tap land, this will incentivize them to play something on turn 3, which I can then pick off with Liliana of Valius. Oh my god. My reads into the soul of JP Osorno.
No more distractions.
Okay, bye-bye.
Let's make this quick. I've always hated crowds.
And now that we have this glut of lands in hand,
A delay.
Sure.
Nothing more.
opponent stuck on lands again. Consider the evil destroyed. Take a peek. Yeah, I think we read this super duper ultra correctly. All right. See no reason not to be. All right. Edelbert Wooster, I did. I'm Mythic Unlimited. I even have a number next to my name. Ever been the flyer to yoink it? I can wait next turn to do that because I'm almost certainly in this situation going Gix into Gix. And there's your answer. I think I'm actually going to take a break in a second here. I've been going for about 3 hours without moving. Really on the fringe, but I think it's barely good enough. Use the Kirin and Infernal Grasp to buy time. Oh shit, we got some green stuff. Hell yeah. So probably want to be shooting for the Infernal Grasp here. Outland Liberator. Alright, well, I need to do this on my turn, straight up. due to the fact that if we don't, then my opponent will hit nighttime. All these werewolf shenaniganeries are much better at night. Ow. Ow.
Nobody
Okay,
knows.
bye-bye.
One of your friends has to leave.
Oh my god, this guy's been so reckless with his storms. Having 3 Titans of Industry in the hand is suboptimal. Alright, well, let's just play this turn again.
Happy to help. Sacrifices.
Weirdly, I think it's probably better to get the black mana. I think probably. Even though I really want to get triple for the Titans. No hastes, Sakita. Fables are stable. Okay.
Don't big things.
I'm Unix as well. I decided to finally be honest with one of my one-on-one meetings with my boss. Told me he's become adversarial towards me. I'm sick of not being listened to, having my disability ignored, and being blamed for things that aren't my fault at a job that underpays me by so much. He had no response, and I didn't get eaten by demons or smoked by heavens. Whew. Yeah. Alright, goodbye. Alright, well. Well, bang.
I'll be back with friends.
Okay, so in this spot, it's almost always correct to just plus this. Like, just growing this. Just grow this baby. Obviously, this is a terrifying card to have down. Terrifying. And you gotta hit this.
Not be humiliated again.
It's still good to do here again. Alright, decline.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
Now we get the greens. Feel like lands on the top this time. Yeah, there we go.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
I think we all know what I'm doing next turn. I think that this does save us. My goodness, this was tricky. I think this card is not good in this matchup. He's just very slow. Maybe I should just absolutely never... I should just never mulligan. Or not never mulligan, I should never sideboard. Maybe I should never sideboard. Maybe that's the key here. Hunt Master fucking Ovalar. Really? And you have enough to Reflection of Kiki Jiki, a Hunt Master Tovalar? What is happening? I can't believe that they didn't just play and swing.
Alright, gotcha.
I bring my own army.
I think playing one Titan a turn is generally good. Alright, so
You can deal with my servant.
you can deal with my flying 2/3. This looks and appears as though we are stabilizing and are winning the game. Playing one Titan of Industry per turn is helpful here. Alright, well. Let's get a land. Because most of my deck is land now. Hey. Yay!
You wish to know my secrets. Very well.
Let's keep doing this shit. Just piles of these. Doing this on my turn because if I cast 2, it becomes day again. These guys are probably dying to Tovolar's pack leader. Or not. Or it's just daytime and my opponent missed the opportunity to do this. Hey! Amazing! So cut downs are insane here. Sorin is not very insane here. Take the U-Dogs and put in these, and I think that's where I'm gonna settle. All right, removal and Kirin. I bored out those little guys a lot. Maybe we're actually okay. Maybe we're doing okay. Alright, I zoned out for a second. I'm back, though. Wasn't Sorin helpful for card advantage, though? Card advantage is not how we win or lose in this matchup. You are absolutely correct that it's helpful for card advantage. And as a general note, the reason Sorin is in the list at all is that it can sometimes do things in those aggro deck situations. But the way that we really win this matchup is my opponent is trying to just start punching in damage as fast as possible. So we just very abruptly lose often. So if we... Good. So this is the first one that we play no matter what. We can do this, but I don't want to take damage. Okay. He's Grant. It is Wednesday, my dude. He's Grant. It is Wednesday, my dude. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Wednesday to you. Yeah, it's true that it gives card advantage, but, like, I now have a really basic story. We are holding on until we can play one of our absolute mega nerds. So, again, in this situation, I am going to kill this on my turn. Because I do not want to be in the situation where my opponent sets the day-night cycle, and then I just, like, pass through and die. This is fine. You take 3. Ow. So I want Liliana out.
pick this off.
Enough with the mysteries. I've always hated.
Now, generally speaking, it is common for Sakita to not have a haste creature to deal with this. This is an ideal spot to be in. So, what we do is we pass. We Tear Asunder. Again, I know it's the day-night cycle now. I still think this is fine to remove. My opponent is clearly indicating that they have either 4-mana spells or things like this. Now, because that is what my opponent had, that immediately means that it's daytime now. Hooray. A little blocker for this.
Ancient magic may be our only hope.
I just realized I only have one green source. I'm an idiot. Woo, being low on green source is killing us today. Ah, I did this completely wrong. Ah, that was bad. That was bad. Whoopsie doopsie daisies. Better outcome than I'd anticipated, so hooray. Yeah, save spell on that. Fine. Super fine. I hate to see that. Toxrill I should have cut earlier. Maybe I'm actually putting in too much removal. Maybe it's actually better for me to not have so much removal, but instead to keep some of my creatures and stuff alive. Like, I don't know. Those would really benefit from burn down the house. I mean, that kills all of our stuff. I mean, that kills everything. See, like, sweepers that hit all our planeswalkers and all our creatures. I wouldn't really want to run that card unless we had very few creatures and very few planeswalkers.
This fight finished before blood. One of your friends has to leave. You won't be outsmarting me.
Probably should have done that in the other order. Probably should have done that in the other order, then I could have picked up something with the Soul of Windgrace. about the domain black sweeper? Well, we're just not looking for a sweeper. We're pretty content with how our list is playing out right now.
The others can deal with you. It's no fun when sacrifices must be made.
This has felt a little awkward in this
Back to
matchup.
the woods.
All right, we got it. Green. Nice, nice, nice. Dude, I love this deck so much. It's so fun, dude. It is so fun to do that shit. Repellent says, would have made more sense to charm there to get rid of the Planeswalker and then 2-mana tear the Kiki. It's an option. It's an option, but we had the ability to get our Titan of Industry soon, so that's how we deal with the Reflection. And also, look at the board right now. No cards in hand, and we have a Riveteers Charm. With no cards in hand and a Riveteers Charm, great, Riveteer to draw 3. So I think that this, like... I mean, just look at this right here. If, at the end, like, what if they had played a thing, passed... Cool, Riveteers Charm to win out. And, I mean, I think that we might not have had enough mana there. You know, I gotta use the restroom. Never mind. Gotta go to the bathroom. This is a bit of a suspect keep, but there's an awful lot of artifacts floating around on turn 2. You're not an artifact. So like, we are built to crunch this list. What's this doing here? Alright. Literally, do whatever you want. I mean, this is in a lot of ways great for us. No. This guy's Menace, doesn't he? Oh, no, has a Menace counter. That's right. I think it's one of the most interestingly designed one. Raunchy! Dude, how are you? How goes the Vidya gaming? I think Cruelty of Gixing a Titan of Industry seems fantastic. Oh my god, look at this. Problem solving themselves. So I'm going to make this and shield counter on this. Technically, Soul Transfer exists, but that would devour their entire turn. do this on upkeep. I generally think that my best of one construction is excellent. I don't know about beyond that, though. Alright, that's so fine. That's so fine. Mark says, I'm doing good. How are you? Taking the classics, finish something small advice at the moment. Oh, yeah, dude. Scope creep is so easy and so real. Ed says, the only thing I don't like about Gix is that it targets their graveyard first. I know! Like, what are we doing not focusing on our shit? Sign in the Rhino. Leave the Titan of Industry back because it has this shield counter on it and is therefore indestructible. Oh. I'll kill the large baby instead of the small baby. Schmalpel says, I just watched the rest of last night's stream reaching Mythic and Limited. That last Izzet deck was disgustingly beautiful. Oh, dude. Right. I mean, it just crunched its way through. My goodness.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick. I've always hated
bye-bye.
fields.
Can't believe it. Never thought that that's what would be happening. Wah. Dude, we crush these mono blacklists. We are like built to
Luck
smash
favors
these
the
ones.
foolish, after all.
All right. All right. We are winning. Florian. Alright, well, whatever. This is great. That'll be on YouTube tomorrow for any wondering. Dude, we're killing the Magic game this time. Just killing it. So I want you to sacrifice your shoulder. So I hit spacebar once, which is what my cat likes to do.
Enough with the mystery.
Crunched.
One of
This
your
list is
friends
it.
has to
Bang,
leave.
bang. My opponent has a few more creatures than they normally would. And they have red, which makes me think they're running Fable the Mirror Breaker. Makes me think that this is true. I mean, there's no blocks here. This has trample, so. The Geisler. The Geisler resigns. Alright, so, I mean... Toxrill is not really good in this matchup because it just gets decided so early on. Here's kind of what I am thinking. I am actually thinking I put in 2 more Infernal Grasps. These Tenacious Underdogs are bad because they run the thing that can zap it. The Graveyard Trespassers. I do want to keep the cut downs in because they have our little baby Phyrexian Sleepers. They're so tired. And with 4 Phyrexian Sleepers and 4 Tenacious Underdogs, cut down becomes better. Here's the Frogs. I feel like I've heard you say Toxrill is not good against this opponent or similar for every match today. Well, I mean, we've not played that many matches, and we've left it in a good number of times. And remember, it is absolutely fine to have a deck that always pulls a card out in sideboarding. Because, you know, there is... Let's say you have a card that is a 0 out of 10 in one matchup. Literal 0 out of 10. And a different card that's a 10 out of 10 in that matchup, but a 0 out of 10 in the other. In the first deck, or the first, like in your main board, it's actually terrific to run. Cutdowns are even better now. A lot of cutdowns here, huh? It's actually terrific to run a card that's a 6 out of 10 against each of those. So you're always pulling it out for the 10 out of 10. I want green that doesn't hurt me so much. Hey, thanks, Ghost Stalker. Toxrill's also been an absolute obliterator in the first match of the day. First match of the best of 3. I mean, it's just been incredible. I love Toxrill. Toxrill was one of the last cards that we added to this list, and it's just been sensational. This. Dude, I'm telling you, these obnoxious cards are so good against Mono Black that is trying to... Because Mono Black wants to pick off cards one at a time and have one on the field and pick off one and have one on the field and pick off one and have one on the field. No! I mean, this card is just, like, sensational setting up for that. So I'll probably bin the Titan of Industry and an Infernal Grasp. They spent an entire card.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch.
I mean, look at this. This is unbelievable.
Must be made.
Oh, I mean, we own, man. Losing frames on the camera. Oh, that's fine. Look at this. Fantastic. People are oddly terrified of Orochi. It just messes with shit. Just messes with shit. Actually, do I accidentally have this thing enabled? No. I thought I maybe had my virtual camera turned on. Which is just like a whole nother set of encoding. Can't believe you would do this. The pain I feel. This is fine. Actually gonna go for black mana here. Even though we only have a pain land for red. Dude, this list moiters mono black, and it feels great.
Drop it.
You know, I'm gonna hang on to this land, to be honest. So let's hit our opponent with some stuff here. We're gonna attack like this, and we're gonna attack like this. Now, when this just declares attacking, we can exile a creature card. We'll hit the Tenacious Underdog. So good. It goes away. We make a 1/1. And Riveteers here. Now, given how my opponent has played, I feel like there's an incredibly high probability that there is, in my opponent's hand,
a shoulder. Not guaranteed, obviously, but I mean, my opponent has been able to do stuff. Has done some awkward things for a few turns. So, I'm going to expect to be able to just bank a shouldered right from the top. Yeah. Obviously, this -2 for Liliana just picks off the 1/1. Kirin Tushirochi can pick off the other underdog. They can only do one thing this turn. Wait, couldn't we have saved Windgrace? Yeah. I mean, we could have. But I thought I just did an amazing explanation for being certain that they had a shouldered in their hand and being able to pick it off. Eh?
This was boring.
Oh, look at that. Look at the insane value that we're getting out of the Kirin Tushirochi, man. Yeah, it fucking resolves. That's fine. Okie dokie. So, search your library for a card. I'm just going to put this into my hand. Why not? Why not? Put it right in the hand. Rhino. Life. Ah, it's so good. All right, now I really got to use the restroom. So I'm going to do slam dunk a little bit. I'm going to take a little break, and then when we come back, we're just going to keep playing our fun homebrew to Mythic. We'll be right back.